Welcome to part 1 of the 2-part course intro video. In this video, I'm going to cover the course's learning objectives and the teaching materials that are going to be made available to you. This course covers 2 primary areas necessary for business success: managerial accounting and taxes. By now, you should have completed some course in fundamental managerial accounting. A fundamentals course is generally designed to teach you some of the basic definitions and applications of managerial accounting. We're going to examine some of the managerial concepts that are a bit more complex than what you've already previously covered, but we're also going to review some of the same tools that will reinforce what you've already learned. For many students, you emerge from managerial accounting without a good sense as to its true purpose. This class has no hidden agenda. I'm not trying to turn any of you into accountants, although we always have room for more. Instead, you need to understand how some managerial accounting concepts might affect you as you embark on your career in business. If you're a department manager, you will most likely be responsible for either a cost center or a profit center. It's therefore in your best interest to understand how those costs or profits are being calculated. How are costs being allocated to you? What costs can you control? What costs can you not control? How can you manage your profits and margins? And how can you manage your employees to help you best meet those profits and margins? What information can you gather to assist you in making good decisions about how to employ the resources of the business you work with? How much would you pay for an opportunity like that? Don't answer yet, because we're going to throw in a whole half a course on taxation. When we talk about business expenses, we simply cannot ignore taxes. Corporate taxes in the U.S. are at least 21% for any decent-sized business. That means 21% of your business profits are being shared with someone besides the owners. As a result, you need to be familiar with some of the fundamentals of taxation in the U.S. We're going to examine both business and individual taxes, with a large focus on income taxes. We'll take a look at why we may have ended up with this crazy complex Internal Revenue Code. And we'll look at the fundamental types of tax planning you can use. We'll even take a stab at a few tax forms. Okay, how do we translate what we hope to accomplish in the course into a simple, easy-to-read list? Why, it's the course learning objectives. Go ahead, take a look at your syllabus, and you'll see what we hope to accomplish with this course. By the end of this course, you should be able to calculate taxable income and ultimately the federal income tax for individuals and corporations. You should be able to assess the effects of personal, investment, and business transactions individually and collectively on the federal income tax. You should be able to define and illustrate various cost terms and concepts and evaluate their relevancy for different decision-making purposes. You certainly should be able to discuss the impact of technology on the manufacturing environment and its implications for product costing and the development of activity-based costing and management. You're going to be able to explain the development and use of standard costs, prepare and interpret variance analysis reports, and relate them to responsibility accounting and control. And lastly, you should be able to explain the purposes of budgeting and prepare a master budget and its component schedules and relate that budget to planning and control. The assessments for this course are prepared to test your knowledge and are focused on the items we just covered. Thus, it makes sense to bear them in mind throughout the course. As if that wasn't enough, each module also comes with a set of learning objectives that are tied into these larger course objectives. For each module of the course, you can set expectations as to what's going to be expected of you. You can expect the differing forms of assessment, quizzes, homework, exams, assignments to address these learning objectives, as after all, these are the focal points of the course. The course is designed to follow a predictable pattern. First, consume the reading and videos. Then practice using the homework and assignments. And lastly, assess your learning using the quizzes and the exams. It's pretty straightforward. All of this information is available and waiting in Blackboard for this course. Everything you need to know for upcoming reading assignments, exams, etc. It's all available in your Blackboard account. So be sure to review each module carefully so you can be certain you are not missing any assignments. Okay, now the teaching. Since this is a distance learning course, you're going to need to have a safe, secure, stable, and reasonably fast access to the internet. Since all of the homework, quizzes, assignments, and exams you prepare will be submitted through the internet, this pipeline is critical to your success. Having the opportunity to work on your assignments at your convenience is a double-edged sword. It offers flexibility to work within certain parameters when it's convenient for you. On the other side, though, it happens from time to time that a student might wait until the last minute to prepare and submit an assignment. When that happens, you will not find many things more frustrating than having your internet go down. Because you are receiving adequate warning now and will always have adequate time to prepare, do not expect a sympathetic ear if you find yourself at the last minute with no internet. In addition, your instructor has prepared an extensive library of video lectures to explain and expand the information in your textbook and other readings. Watching the videos is mandatory. The primary source for course information is, of course, the Blackboard site for the course. This has all the information you need, and it makes sense to check the site frequently. Each of the 8 modules has a link, and the module contains all the instructions and information you need to ensure you are accomplishing all the course's required tasks. You should also check your email from time to time, as when information has been updated, Blackboard can push out a notification to you, and your instructor may contact you with changes as well. We have also provided a syllabus and a course schedule. You should print off the course schedule and use it like a checklist throughout the course. The Managerial Accounting module uses a McGraw-Hill published textbook titled Cost Management, a Strategic Emphasis. The main author is Blocher. The tax textbook is also published by McGraw-Hill and is titled Principles of Business Taxation for Business and Investment Planning. The main author is Jones. The tax textbook is updated each year, and the Managerial Accounting book was updated last year, so it's critical that you ensure you purchase the correct year's copy. Be sure and double-check the syllabus before purchasing the text to ensure you have purchased the most recent edition. We've asked McGraw-Hill to prepare a custom-built book with only the covered chapters, and this should be available to you. But I'm comfortable with any type of the textbook. For example, traditional hardback, softback, loose leaf, or ebook. You should select the version that is best for you. Before you decide, be sure to go through the Connect learning management system in this video and in the syllabus. Connect is an online homework manager that is supported by McGraw-Hill, the textbook publisher. We will use this system exclusively for the preparation and submission of homework assignments. When you purchase your textbook, you may want to consider buying the access code at the same time. Most of the time, buying the two as a package is cheaper. Your instructors are not able to manage your Connect account, so access code and technical issues must be directed to Connect support. Like most cloud-based systems, Connect goes down from time to time for maintenance. The maintenance windows are always announced ahead of time, so be sure and pay attention. Many of your written assignments might be submitted using an online system called Turnitin. Be sure and examine the Turnitin system when you get a chance. You should find it very easy to submit documents using Turnitin, but there are a couple of important items of caution with Turnitin. Number 1, once you have submitted your document using Turnitin, it cannot be replaced. As a result, be sure and wait until you are finished with the assignment before submitting. Number 2, on many assignments, your preview will not be a complete version. After you submit a document, Turnitin provides a preview of your document to review. In some instances, the preview document will be missing certain items. For example, any photos you embedded. Often, the larger the file, the worse the preview. However, the entire document does come through, and your instructor will be able to see everything. Number 3, Turnitin only accepts certain file types, the main two being Microsoft Word and Adobe PDF. You may want to ensure you have the software necessary to submit files using those two formats. Number 4, you can check subjective grading in Turnitin. Your instructor can use a rubric within Turnitin to grade your work. In addition, any comments or notations can be made directly onto the submitted work, so you can see where you need to improve. Great, that's a summary of our learning materials. Thanks for watching video part 1 of 2. Go on now and watch part 2 of 2. Thanks for watching.